Good, ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you wouldn't mind, start us off with an opening statement.
This is a great win for us. Rice has played really well all season long, and we knew it was going to be a really difficult battle. And I'm proud of our kids. I thought for most of the game, we really executed the game plan very well. I thought we withstood all of their runs, which is showing, that we're learning how to be tougher in adverse situations with a lot of young kids. And so I think, to me, that's something that really stands out. Earlier in the year when we were kind of hit, in the mouth, we just didn't have that experience and that toughness to withstand it. And today we did. I mean, Rice came at us hard at the end of that third quarter, and we could have easily folded and, continued to make mistakes and gone downhill, but we didn't. We showed great toughness, and that's a big testament to our leaders right here, Jay McDasia, who lead us, but I thought everybody else followed. Super proud of our defensive effort. I've been saying really in the last month, we've grown so much defensively. I feel like defensively we're good enough to beat anybody in this league. Our issue has continued to be offensive, and we've now put together back-to-back two of the best offensive performances of the year. We took care of the turnovers in the second half, which was huge, and it just shows our growth. I mean, we're a team that's getting better, and that's all we've been trying to focus on. We've had our share of adversity. Things have been difficult. And the only thing we can do is focus on improving and getting better. And I think our players have stayed the course and they've trusted us. And for that reason, we're becoming a very good team.
Coach, let's start with the defense tonight. Held Rice to 33%, which ties their season low. Middle did it to them a couple weeks ago. You talked about the defense all week long leading into this game.
I thought we played the game plan really well. I was concerned about personnel. And so we had a very specific game plan to help balance the personnel, and our kids did a great job, and that's not something we've done well consistently throughout the year. These guys do because they have more experience, but some of our younger players are still just learning how to execute when the pressure is on and when the stress is on. And I thought we did a great job of that. We got the ball in the right hands, so the right people for them. We made them take uncharacteristic shots. We contested them really hard, and again, that's a credit to our players.
7 of the 9 steals tonight belong to these two. Talk about just that tenacity on defense.
Well, I thought they had really active hands. I mean, these two were on players where they were going to provide a lot of help because, again, we needed it. And I thought they really played their personnel well. They were able to bring that help. And, not only were they there, they had active hands. And so they were able to get some very timely deflections. I mean, there was times when I'm like, oh, it's getting into the post, or it's, they're driving. This is going to be easy bucket for them. And then, boom, one of them get a deflection. We go the other way and score. And those are just huge momentum plays, right? You're not just stopping them. We're getting what we're best at is a transition bucket. And that just swung the momentum, several times throughout the contest.
Jada, defense has always been top priority around here. Talk about a game like tonight where the defense is clicking, you're holding them, and then on the other end, you're scoring points, and you just put together a game like you did tonight.
That's a great feeling. But we know that defense wins games. So on the defensive end, we talk a lot about cutthroats and getting stops, which will lead to our transition points, and that's exactly what happened tonight. We locked down on defense, and we did what came easy to us, which was transition.
What was the mentality there in the third quarter? We had the big run to start, and then Rice had their own little run to kind of get back in it. What was the mentality there towards the end of the third quarter?
We just knew the game wasn't over. We had to stay in it. We had to make those big plays, and that's exactly what we did tonight. Getting the rebounds, not letting them get second chance points. So we just locked in on that, like I said, with defense, and then we got a lot of stops, and we ran in transition.
Deja, similar question for you. Off to a great start in the third quarter, had their run, then you hit the buzzer beater to kind of give us momentum right back there at the end of the third. What were you seeing out there?
Just never give up. We're a team that stands for heart and just never giving up, that toughness and effort, just standing on those two principles.
21 points tonight, 8 for 10 from the floor. Pretty good on the offensive side, too.
You're good.
My coaches talk to me a lot about just taking good shots and sticking my landing. I think I make all my shots when I stick my landing and take good shots. So I was really focused on that tonight.
And Jada, 18 points right behind her. 8 for 12 is a very solid night shooting, too. Talk about a little bit of your offense.
I was able to get downhill a lot tonight, and I knew that I needed to stay aggressive, and my team needed me to stay aggressive, and that's exactly what I did. Just whenever they give me the lane, I'll just take it.
Coach, you talk about, getting 1% better and improving each game. Had have the defense clicking tonight, 54%. You kind of touched on it earlier. That's the second highest shooting night of the year, besides last Saturday. Talk about kind of the offensive side progressing as well.
Well, I think we've settled into our roles at this point, and I think that's been the big difference. When you look at our team in December and even the beginning of January, we were still searching. We weren't comfortable. We didn't have the right people taking the right shots a lot of the time. And I think at this point in the season, our players have really bought into what they're supposed to be doing. And because of that, we're taking much better shots. We're putting people in the right position. We're not forcing as much. And for all those reasons, I think offensively we're really coming along.
Talk about some of the second half adjustments offensively. I just saw 40 points in the second half tonight. We had, high 40s Saturday. We hit 50 a couple weeks ago. After the way the season started and now closing out strong. Talk about that.
Well, I think, number one, we got a transition going, and that always gives us a jump start and certainly was huge for us in the third quarter. And then we just kept attacking. I mean, Maya was struggling with kind of getting deep touches today. I mean, their posts were very physical, and even though we were getting her the ball, we weren't necessarily getting her the ball at the right spots. And I thought she did a good job staying patient, kicking the ball out, and, a lot of it came down to J-Mac and Deja just kind of attacking. And with that, they took really good shots. So when they got cut off, they made the right decisions, even making that last pitch to JC for that big 3 late. I mean, that was a really great decision. So, a lot of it is, it's not necessarily adjustments. It's kids buying in, trusting each other, and people stepping up and doing what they're supposed to do.
Getting some momentum here, a couple of home wins, good homestand, going on the road next week. Just talk about the overall importance of building that momentum. Now, don't play Saturday, a couple extra days off, kind of get healthy and get ready for next weekend.
Well, I hope our team just has confidence. I mean, we talked about this a lot when we were struggling. As much as you try to build them up, it's hard. It's hard to sometimes stay positive when you're going through hard things. And I hope now that we can really have some confidence. I mean, we beat back-to-back 2 really good teams. Western and Rice are both really good teams and could go on and beat anybody in this league. And we just need to draw confidence from that. We don't need to get too high. We don't need to get too low. We just need to understand that, when we put it all together, we are a really good team in this league.
5-5 at the halfway point of conference play, given everything going on, going into February when things really crank up. How do you feel with what's taken place here over the last month or so?
I feel positive. I mean, again, so much of our focus was, getting our team all on the same page. And we knew, there were external factors that really derailed us early. And, as a coach, you just have to continue to paint the vision for players. And again, call them up, hold them accountable, but paint that vision. I knew that we could grow and get better as a team. I couldn't do it without these two. They're just so coachable. They trust me no matter what I say, even in my really hard moments. They have my back, and that goes a really long way. And I think now we're starting to see, the vision that I've seen. We were going to be okay. We didn't know how long it was going to take, but we were going to be okay. Now, our work is not over. February is a grind, and it's hard. But I also am really confident in the way that we coach, the way that we manage our team, and I think we can keep improving.
Jada, Deja, similar question, last question. We'll get you out of here. Momentum, things are picking up, all the positives moving in the right direction. How do you guys feel?
Like Coach said, for me, and I know personally, is a lot of positivity. It helped us gain more confidence about to go on the road. So we just got to stay poised and stay focused.
I'll say similar to J-Mac, it's definitely a positive for me, but just not getting too high and too low, as Coach said, just keeping that confidence that we have, keep building our momentum, and just staying level-headed.